Welcome to this week's episode of Superior Angling, where we are heading out on the big Gitchy Goomy. It's very early. We're gonna go after walleyes. It should be fun. Big fish potential. Let's get after it.
Everyone has their own definition of home. For Dave and Susan Bauer, it's the road. But when a crash and rollover put the brakes on a trip to Florida and stranded the Bauers in the middle of nowhere, they needed to rely on a little help from their friends in the faraway land of West Bend. West Bend issued a check for the damages so quickly that they were able to continue on to Florida in a new truck pulling a brand new trailer, so they could still enjoy their non-refundable place in the sun. Ask your independent agent about putting a silver lining behind wherever it is you call home.
At Hartel's Disposal, we are proud to be your local hauler for over 65 years and 3 generations. Our focus on customer service has allowed us to become the largest locally owned trash and recycling company in the greater Duluth area. Servicing both residential and commercial locations, we have disposal solutions for every need. Trash and recycling containers, dumpsters, and more. We have it all. Looking for a new and exciting career? We are now hiring for multiple positions. Visit us at hartels.com today.
Early morning prep out here on the water. We are at our fishing spot right now, getting lines ready to go. Our program for today is trolling. We got Busker with us. Walleye whisperer Busker lately. What's been working out here, bud, for baits?
Your flicker minnows, Berkeley and Rapala, husky jerks, bandits, any crankbait that you can get where the fish are. That's the key thing, is finding where the fish are and getting your lures to dive right at that depth.
Perfect.
That's
Well,
been the game.
I think that is a controllable factor, and we will get baits down to where these fish are. That is no problem whatsoever. 25 to 15 feet we're gonna start in this morning. Still low light, very early. As that sun rises, we may slide out a little bit deeper, but right now we are targeting kind of like sand flat areas adjacent to shorelines that are gonna hold these fish this time of year. So just trolling at planer boards, going about 2.2 to 2.3 miles per hour. Put them out on planer boards and should be fish on. We will see how it goes though. You never know. A little bit of wind this morning and that should make those fish bite.
Inside board. Yep, fish.
Inside?
Yep.
There it is. There's a fish.
First fish of the morning, inside board. Right next to the boat. You're getting a lot of multi-species out here too with these walleyes. Lake trout, salmon, brown, even a steely too. You never know what it's gonna be until you get it in the boat. Feels like a good one. Looks like one of those good eater sized ones too. Might be able to flip her in. There we go. First walleye of the morning. They should get bigger. Hopefully they get bigger, but that's your eating size. They got to be 15 inches out here. You can keep 5, 1 over 20, but that's a perfect start right there. Get in the box. Sweet. Middle, inside. Yeah, this feels like a really heavy fish. Same exact lure as that last fish was on, and he's taking a run right now. This is a walleye. It's going to be a really nice one here. Just don't want to horse these bigger fish. Yeah, this is a heavy fish. I don't think we're going to be able to flip this one like that last one. Dead weight. Trolling the wind right now, going about 2 miles per hour, and we're slightly doing a turn, and that fish just hit that inside board. And it's acting like a big walleye. They usually turn alive right at the back of the boat here. Whew, the adrenaline's going. Just the potential that we have out here to catch a really nice walleye. It's there. Oh, here he goes, waking up. This is what these big ones have been doing. Right when they get to the boat, they just go nuts. You just gotta take your time. Look at that St. Croix is just bent. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is a walleye, guys. This is gonna be a monster. 11 feet we got on the counter.
That's huge. There we go. Woo!
That's a toad. That's what you come out here for right there. Oh, that's a pig there. That's a Great Lakes Superior walleye. That's the reason we're out here for, is fish like this and bigger. I mean, look at that. That's a clean fish there. It's gonna go high 28, maybe 29 incher right there. Great fish. Get this girl back here.
Woo!
Let's get a bigger one. So that was on pearl flicker minnow, and we're gonna replicate that and put another one out there. I got a couple other kinds right here, all similar. You get that smelt looking color. That's what they're keying in on right now, so doesn't hurt to put another one out.
All right, so we just changed up a couple lures. Got some different colors out there. And those first two fish that Busker got were on white, so we're gonna put out some other colors to change them up, some more silvers, a little more white presentation. That just got hit. That just got hit. No way. I guess the new color worked. That just got whacked. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's a good fish. This one just got hit too. That inside board, we're into them right now. Mark a waypoint. We are close to where Busker got those other two. We've just been kind of making passes back and forth. This feels like a good one. We've just been making passes back and forth, and these fish are super congregated in one area right now. This feels like a good fish. A double, that's what you like. Walleyes all over Lake Superior, you know, you can catch them in over by Sault Ste. Marie, up by Thunder Bay, Schwamigan Bay, Superior, Wisconsin. I mean, those are your four big areas where walleyes are gonna be out here. And in all areas, they kind of school up together, so it's not uncommon to get a double. We're just gonna let that guy ride there, and we're gonna get this one in the boat. Just straight mono though. On these lures, no need for lead core, no need for snap weights. It's a deep diving build lure, about 75 to 100 feet back. It's putting these baits down 15 to 20 feet, over 25 feet of water. Yeah, it's a nice solid, like 22 incher or so. Good fish. Whoa, look at that walleye, guys. Let's get this one. That's about all you can ask for some days, is to get two on at one time. Walleyes out here are very temperamental in regards to water clarity. You have so much, you get a big rainstorm, 1 to 2 inches of rain. Ooh, this one's got big head shakes. It muddies up this water, and the fish kind of just shut down. So when you do get a couple weeks with no rain, that's when you know it's gonna be, you're gonna have a better chance at catching fish. Yeah, this is a nice one too. We're just gonna hoist them. Look at that, guys, barely hooked on the tip of the lip. That is a double Lake Superior walleye. On that new, the green and silver one we just put out. Oh, he's puking up a bunch of smelt. Look at this, bait. That's why those fish are in here. Bait. Shiner minnows are small smelt. I can't really tell what that is. Half digested, but what a pretty fish. Look at that, guys. Lake Superior, doubles, beautiful walleyes. We're gonna let this guy go, put this guy in the box for lunch. Those are gorgeous fish. All right, let's go over some of the baits that we're using today. Berkeley flicker minnows are doing very, very well. Reef runners are always a good bait on Lake Superior. This is a size 600. Pink lemonade is a great color. This is a cotton candy color that's usually good. You have silver clown. I mean, pretty much anything pink or silver. Silver, you're gonna be imitating the smelt out here. You can never go wrong with that. Deep husky jerks are a good bait as well. And yes, you can use spinners and bottom bouncers. You know, there's certain bites around the lake in different various areas, like Schwamigan Bay up in Thunder Bay, where bottom bouncers and spinners on crawler harnesses work even better. This is kind of more of a crankbait bite here. It's more of a large, expansive flat, and you can go, you know, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4 miles per hour when you're trolling stick baits. compared to going to 1.2 with crawler harnesses and bottom bouncers. So it's just kind of a good general rule of thumb. If you have a lot of water to cover, stick to crankbaits and stick baits. If you have, you know, smaller, more precise areas, you can kind of downsize and slow down and use a crawler harness on a spinner. So we've made a few passes back and forth. All our fish are kind of congregated in one area. That would be a good example of something, you know, you could really slow down and kind of more fine tune your presentation and break out some spinners and bottom bouncers, because you probably could put more fish in the boat versus trolling fast over them with stick baits. But that's just kind of a general rundown on Lake Superior. These fish are migratory out here. They're constantly moving. They're constantly changing locations, depths, areas. So it's kind of a hit or miss type of deal. So you can come out here and spank them 2 days in a row and come out here the third day and not catch a thing. It happens. You have to get used to it. But today we have 4 fish in the boat so far, and it's going pretty well. You hear that? That's the sound of a fish. Whoa, baby. There is big potential out here on Lake Superior, all around the whole lake too. I mean, it's like, you know, 30-inch fish are not uncommon out here. Don't have a good judge on how big this one is yet, but hey, it's something to bend the rod. And this wind absolutely laid down. So fishing does get a little more tough when it's, you know, you have conditions like this with no wind, sunny skies, but we hooked into one. And again, this is kind of your classic, just reading the weather conditions. If it would have stayed windy, we probably would be in shallower, but that wind just died. It's flat and calm, sunny skies, move out deep, 35 feet of water, fish. So earlier we were in, you know, 20, 22, 23 when it was windy and the sun was lower in the sky, but it comes up so you want to slide out into deeper waters. So smaller walleye, nice eater. That's you can never go wrong with that. Because some days it's hard to get fish to keep out here because they're usually sometimes bigger. Spunky little guy though. Look at that. Yeah, not a bad fish. If you were fishing in a river system or through the ice, that would be a great fish. Our expectations are a little tainted out here though. But yeah, solid, I don't know, 16, 17 incher. Perfect for the fry pan. It's actually, you know, some days you celebrate when you get these fish more so than a big one because you don't want to keep the big ones to eat. Yeah, not a bad walleye. Bluebird conditions, no wind. Hey, you kind of take anything this time of day. So our time has come for today. That was about 6 hours of fishing. I think we got 6 or 7 fish. Not too bad, although 1 fish an hour. You like to be below that a little bit, but we cannot complain too much at all. Gorgeous day out here on Lake Superior. We got to see 1 big walleye. I know there's a lot more down there. We may be back in the near future. I can guarantee you that because there's big potential. But for now, we are gonna pull our lines and continue on our road trip out east on Lake Superior. We will see you next time.